Let's turn on the lights in this bitch. So I wanted to give my own little PlayStation talk. Since everybody giving PlayStation talk, I'll give my own PlayStation talk. So anyway, back here in the southern United States of America, and I mean South Illinois, Southern Illinois, I really need to fucking paint this room. So our previous owner, for those of you who don't know, never fucking watched any of my other videos, our previous owner there, that's not me flipping you off. Just in case you want to know, I smashed the hell out of my finger. I'm not wearing paint on my fingernails. Previous owner put up garments like linen on the wall. And yes, that is what you think it is. In fact, let's go ahead and look at it. In fact, it's old. It's November. Let's go ahead and move it to December. I need to buy her a new one. I don't know why. I thought I got her a new one, but anyways. Oh, I do. No, I don't. That's just this year. So anyways, that is Rick and Morty. I got that from my wife, who's a big Rick and Morty fan. I do have a china cabinet in my bedroom. And a chandelier. That needs to be turned into a fan. If you can see below my, oh shit, I drank too much. There you go. That's a fan. It needs to be installed, but I tore my muscle in my right arm, and so getting up into that thing is a near impossibility. And I probably need to hire someone to do that. And you can see as my wife's got a bunch of stuff on her. So anyways, I would do this on my computer. I got my laptop right there. I just installed a bunch of updates onto it. I'll probably do some of my podcasting on it. That'll allow my wife to keep doing whatever she wants to do in the office while I can do my podcast in this room. Anyways, back to PlayStation 5, because that's what we're talking about right now. So we're going to talk about the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series 1, the X whatever, the Xbox X. So anyways, let's talk about this stuff. Anyways, I've got 3 Reds Wicked Ales in me, so I'm going to talk about this. Alright, so, I was watching MBK, just now, and this motherfucker is like the goddamn motherfucking flip-flopper of all motherfucking flip-floppers. Like, I used to joke around every time Next Gen 720, you remember Next Gen 720, he would post something on there, like anti-Xbox, I'd post some fucking Hollywood Hogan shit, right? Because he always reminds me of Hollywood Hogan, right? You know, he came back to the side, right? So he always reminded me of Hollywood Hogan. He was just doing it to fucking have some fun, right? He just switching shit up just to have some fun. So as soon as shit came back, he was like, I'm on board. Get me on board. Right? And I kind of did every now and then for who's that other super fucking fanboy? Can't remember his name. I can't remember his name, but he was like, rack him up. That's all I can remember from him, because I'm drunk. Whatever. You know, that's all I can remember about that person. So rack him up, whatever that guy was. So anyways, he's kind of like swapped in the middle, right? So I kind of respect where he's gone right now. And this is not my regular voice. This is just the way things go. When, you got a chest cold, right chest. This is where I work. And by the way, if you want to know where I work, you want to come to my house and find me. I'm not saying I'll shoot you, but I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment rights of the United States of America. So I'm not saying I'll shoot you, but I'm saying if you come to my house in a negative manner, you might be leaving a body bag. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'll hurt you. If you come in a positive manner, maybe I'll invite you in. Make you some biscuits and gravy. Know what I'm saying? Anyways, And we have that because I can't sleep in the fucking heat. My wife likes the heat, and she sleeps in the office a lot. Anyways, you in the room where all the magic is made, only, because I can't make any magic myself. No magic is made. I mean, I can act in the way of the magic sorcerer's magician way, but the magic doesn't come out. I mean, it comes out, but magic is fake magic. It's just fake magic. That's all I'm saying. It's just fake magic. But the magic does come out. It's just fake magic. So it's 20th century magic. It's science. So anyways, I am fucking really drunk. I'm trying to think. Let's get back on schedule. Anyways, let's get back on schedule. Let's get back. Let's bring it back. What we were talking about, 9.2 teraflops. Let's talk about a secondary. So anyways, let's go back to the PlayStation 4. So 9.2 teraflops is not a big deal. It's a very powerful machine. If Sony is aiming for $400, that's probably around where they want to hit. But the rumors is they have VR. Of course they have VR. So you've got to have ray tracing that supports VR. Where are they going to find ray tracing that supports VR? Power VR? Maybe. They have hardware ray tracing. So from the leaks, there's no hardware ray tracing. A lot of people are pointing to Power VR, who is ray tracing for VR, right? Since Sony is in VR, there's zero reasons, and no, that's not me making some kind of fucking racist statement. I am not racist. That's me, zero. Zero reasons for Sony to not support their VR system. If they're going to support their VR system with 120 frames per second, you got to have ray tracing that supports VR. And Power VR supports VR. So if they put that as a secondary chip to support the VR specifically, that might be a smart move. Because you can then use that chip to support regular VR. And it's in separate. And then maybe the difference between Xbox 12 teraflops and the 9.2 teraflops isn't that much difference when we've got ray tracing involved, right? So amount of that 12 teraflops will be used for ray tracing, I imagine. So anyways, if you're a PlayStation fanboy, I would not worry about what Sony's doing, even if you do believe that PlayStation is significantly underpowered. The only way I would have a problem with this is I can't think of anything. A game that doesn't use ray tracing? Maybe a game that doesn't want to use ray tracing because it doesn't make any sense. But I think that ray tracing is going to be a big deal going forward. Ray tracing will become a big deal. How NVIDIA handles it will become an even bigger deal. So I think what's going to come of this is one of three things. Ray tracing fails completely on NVIDIA's platform outside of consoles, which is a possibility. And NVIDIA completely dominates the fucking industry again, which is a possibility. Not a possibility that we want as gamers, especially as PC gamers. Two, NVIDIA and AMD find competition balance and prices lower on GPUs. PC gamers are happier. Option 3, consoles dominate for the next 3 to 4 years. And I mean freaking dominate. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. I just got a message from Timcast. Journalist outraged by whatever. I love Timcast. If you're a fan of political stuff, if you want real news, go to Timcast and subscribe to his channel. And subscribe to both of his channels. Tim Pool. I recommend it. Not making any money, of course, off of that because it just popped up in my feed. Anyways, if you can hear music in the background, that's a Game Pass game from Obsidian. And if you can name it, I will give you $0. But it's Pillars of Eternity, anyways. I'm not gonna fuck with you guys. So I think there's a possibility if this really takes off, specifically Microsoft, because if the rumors are true about Sony and they're using Power VR for VR, that's not going to translate to PC as well. But VR, the technology from the Xbox One X will translate directly because it's DirectX 12/13, whatever the hell, DirectX. And so that'll translate to the PC directly. And if AMD does significantly well on the console side with Xbox One X or Xbox X, the Xbox Series X, and on PC with their second gen RDNA, and we will see things kind of waver over to AMD side, especially for people who are interested in the new technology. There's always the chance that we get what we happened this year, right? This last generation where AMD dominated on a console side, but somehow we got AMD games on consoles, and somehow, very significantly, that was weird. That was the wind. I'm gonna accept it as the wind, and not as a ghost. Anyways, we had consoles. Both of them were using AMD, and somehow, AMD cards that were more powerful than consoles performed worse than the consoles on PC. I wonder who's responsible for that. Maybe fucking horrible fucking deals with Nvidia. Stop using Nvidia Works! Stop it! Jesus fucking Christ! Will anybody fucking come to their goddamn minds? Stop using Nvidia Works! Stop fucking using closed systems! Jesus. I want to punch people in the face. That's the anger of a drunk man. Anyways, my drunkenness aside, Radiac. If you want to buy a beautiful teacher like Radiac, you can go to Radiac shopping or something.com and shop for Radiac products. Not a sponsored product, but I work at them, so any kind of monetary value is always a bonus for us. Trying to think. So, anyways, some of the rumors is that that Sony is using a separate processor, which isn't negative. It's not a bad thing, especially since they're sold on VR. It's not a negative thing. If it specifically uses ray tracing for VR, it can also use ray tracing for non-VR product. That could go into their benefit. Whether that can equal 12 teraflop, assuming the assumed 12 teraflop advantage. If it can equal it when using ray tracing, we'll have to see. I was like, what the hell is that? It's a belt. Why is a belt hanging up behind my bed? I think I bought that for my wife like a year ago or something. Why is it hanging behind my bed? Anyways, I think, what are those two dots? They've got to be something weird. Maybe I'll get shot by a predator. Anyways, Maybe you can't see them, and I can only see them because they're reflected off my screen. But I got like 2 dots in my screen, like right there. Maybe this could equal it out. Maybe it can be used in other ways as well. I mean, it is a 3D processing piece of hardware. Perhaps some enterprising developer, first party developer will be like, you know what? We don't want to use ray tracing at the same level as some other games. Maybe it's a big open world, and ray tracing is just not a feasible asset to be used, right? So they only want to use it very minimally, and they can use that other processor to do other things within the game, right? Maybe to process LODs or I don't know, do something, right, in the background to take off some of the processing power off the regular GPU. I don't know, because I know that some of the really, really nice PlayStation 5 games were using or PlayStation 3 games, I should say, we're using the cell processor to offload their really, 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 really shitty NVIDIA graphics card. And that's how they got a lot of their significant improvements in graphics. It wasn't because of their graphics card, which sucked. It was because they were using their cell processor, which was awesome, to offload a lot of shit. Anyways, forget about that. I think these rumors are true. Not all the way true, because I think there's a secondary hardware component to it. What is going on over here with my laptop? 39572349. That wasn't my PIN number, by the way. That was just random numbers to fuck with you guys. I think that they're true, and I think the 12 teraflop rumor for Microsoft is also true. And I think the big difference between these two consoles is how they handle ray tracing. And I think maybe Sony needed to go this direction, and they went to 9.2 teraflops in order to reduce the price on their AMD product for their virtual reality. If they sacrificed power for VR, and I'm not saying that the VR, the other processor, if it's true, I'm not saying that it won't come and help them out later on. I'm saying initially, if they did that specific thing, they sacrificed for VR, that's going to come and bite them in the ass. You can bet that fucking shit, because how much improvement was made after the removal of Kinect from the Xbox? I mean, you can't really. I mean, it's you can still use it, right? So you can still use Alexa and Google Home and stuff for your Xbox. Like I can go, Alexa, Xbox off.
I don't know that.
She doesn't know that for some reason. I don't know why. Anyways, but you can turn it on for some reason, but you can't turn it off. Anyways. Xbox. Alexa. Xbox Open Curiosity.
Getting Curiosity Stream from Xbox.
So she just got the Curiosity Stream from Xbox. Thank you. So anyways, forget about that. So that's still in there anyway, for whatever reason. But there was a lot of processing power dedicated to the Kinect that was then removed when Kinect was no longer a mandatory piece of hardware. And that added about 10% power to the hardware, which is not an insignificant power. So further down the line, developers will be able to utilize that power more. maybe. I mean, assuming this is true. Assuming this is true. Um, and assuming that's not old silicon and they decide to go in another direction. But if 9.2 is true and 12 is true, that's a significant difference. That's 2.8 teraflops difference. That's a significant difference. Anyways, I'm not sure how much you guys believe. What are your opinions? I know probably the only person who watches this is Apex. And if you watch this today and Apex, reply to my comments and say, fuck you, MFer. Anyways, peace out, guys. This is Quell at, what time is it? At lunch. Even though I don't eat lunch at noon. I'm going to go to sleep. I got to pick my wife up at about 3.5 hours. So I need to go to sleep and try and go pick her up because I need to be sober by then. All right. Peace out, guys.